we're trying to get the bottle back from him, the ever-smoking bottle.
Yes, I
But
recall.
Luthien rolled really, really well and still didn't find it. And Ice also unashamedly drugged Bleck to accomplish this. So yeah, we didn't have to bottle. And then we were like, yeah, fine, let's head back.
Luthien put an information bounty out on the tiefling and the druid. So I know that's kind of where we're probably going to be starting this session. Is going back and getting information on them. What else happened? I know you guys did some researching at the library. I don't think you really found all that much that was relevant.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did have an afterthought though. If you don't mind,
No, sure.
can I go back in time? When I was at the library, could I try looking up information about my clan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That would be an investigation to find it at the library.
Okay. I wish my favorite terrain was books. No, I suck. I didn't find anything.
No, there's not that much about, as far as you can tell, about the elves in this library here. What is mainly about, them as a overall entity rather than very specific differences between the clans.
Got it. All right, cool.
I did. One thing that's really cool here is I checked out a place called it's called Hype X, I think. It's the esports like arena that they have here. It's actually connected to the Luxor.
Oh, cool.
And it was really cool. It was kind of funny is when I walked in though, you could tell that it's just where all the parents left their kids for the day. It was like 30 units, 30 computers, gaming stations with kids, and there was not a parent in sight. And there was a big above the door was like the cost per hour. So parents were just like, here's $200, don't bother us, stay on the computers. But
so it's more like a gaming lounge than a esports like theater.
It's like a LAN center.
It's both. It's both. In the front, it's basically a giant LAN network gaming lounge. But then they wouldn't let me in the back because it's been closed for a private event. But it's where they do the big tournaments.
Oh, okay. Aren't they building one kind of down where you're at in the city, in Chicago? I think
Yeah, I think so. I think they're building something similar. I don't know if it's the same company.
Yeah, I don't know that it's the same company, but like the same kind of concept where there's going to be a esports arena.
So I'm gonna try to hop in tomorrow just to look at it.
I know like the Chicago, I think it was the Call of Duty League won last year. And I think there's a lot around like League of Legends in Chicago that I think is going to be going on there.
Mm-hmm.
There's been like off and on talks about like an Overwatch League team, but like Overwatch isn't doing great in general right now until the sequel comes out. So
yeah, everyone in there was playing. It was a lot of Valorant.
Oh yeah, Valorant's been huge recently, and also what is it? Well, Fortnite, of course, but Apex Heroes or Apex Legends.
Yep.
I know Valorant is kind of the same play style as Counter-Strike, and I never was able to get into Counter-Strike. So I kind of know Valorant isn't going to be my thing. But I've played a little bit of Apex, and it's been fun.
I was reading too that Final Fantasy 14 is expecting they've already gained a huge amount of new players, and so they're rebuilding their infrastructure on the back end in anticipation of what's going to happen this fall. It's pretty exciting because I'm just getting into it.
Yeah.
You know why the influx, though, right?
Because of the new drop.
No, Asmongold from WoW. He quit WoW, or he didn't quit, but he's trying out Final Fantasy, and all his followers are with him.
That explains
Every
it.
single one of them. And you should see his streams. Like his first few days, all you see is people coming into his camera with these huge ass mounts griefing him, and got people going into zones before him, and so it gets capped, and so he can't go into that zone and complete his quest and things like that. And so Square Enix, they've been banning those people, and I know Square Enix is very into their community, and I'm so proud of them for doing that. But everybody's blaming Asmongold for them getting banned. It's kind of hilarious.
That's kind of funny. The only time I ever watched Asmongold was when, unfortunately, was when Reckful passed away. I was watching his dedication to him, but I did enjoy it. He's got such weird eyebrow movements. I love his eyebrows. I can't stop watching his eyebrows.
I've noticed when he's playing, when he is Asmongold, his eyebrows moves. When he's doing his other channel, his normal self, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's like almost like an animatronic, the way his eyebrows move.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I can't stop watching him. That's cool. Maybe I'll run into him in Final Fantasy 14. Quinny's enjoying it too. She's on vacation with her mom, so I think when she gets back, hopefully we'll hop back in. But if she doesn't, I'm just going to keep chugging forward.
I think he's in my data center, so Aether.
Aether? Oh, no, I'm not.
But I think in Endwalker, they're allowing people to do data center visits, kind of like how you can go between the servers in your own data center, but across data centers now.
Yeah.
So I think in Endwalker, I might be able to go to your server and hang out with you guys, or do some raids, things like that.
Would it continue, like anything, any player character experience you gain in my server, would you keep?
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
And
That's awesome.
and there's also a 14-day event happening. I think tomorrow's last day though. I got back into Final Fantasy 2 weeks ago. Tried out some things, did some raids. I'm having fun, but I won't resub until Endwalker, like a few weeks before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to use the free one until I max out, and then decide if I want to take the plunge.
I know I'd played it for a couple months with my ex, and I tried to do like an email recovery on pretty much every email I have, and it wasn't on there, so I must have been playing on like one of her alt accounts or something like that.
Were you very far in the story?
I don't think so. I don't think I got very far, but like it's one of those things where like you lose track of time when you're an MMO. I don't think I was very far, but
I would say
who
just
knows?
start a new one.
I see. That's the thing, though, is like since I don't have it like already owned, and I just don't really want to get into another thing. I don't have time to play the games that I have. Like even Overwatch, I don't even log in for like there's an event going on, and I know I should log in to like play and like get the stuff, but I don't know. I just don't have time, especially with returning to work full time and this being a very busy season.
I'm realizing that I need a drink, but not alcohol. I need water, and I don't have water in this room, so I'm going to hop away and have to go downstairs. So I'll be back in like 5 to 10. But if people come in, just start without me.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pop away for just a second too. Hello.
Hello, adventurers. What trouble are we getting into today?
Not
So-
much trouble so far.
yeah, nothing yet, but we probably should start. I don't know when Justin's going to join. He said probably about 9, but that's past. He was the one waiting to get information, but I guess I could just drop the information to the party.
Yep, that
We
works.
then leave Justin in the dark about it. Like, LOL, you weren't here, no information.
We'll tell him about it later.
we talked to your contact for you. Don't worry about it. He didn't tell us anything important.
What definitely did not embarrass you.
I think that'd be fine. I mean, he's a pretty chill guy.
Yeah. Okay. So, unless anyone was doing anything else overnight, you all would be able to get your long rest and heal up. And then, who's staying where? I think Luthien is at the long piano, as is Storm. Naia
Me,
and
Luthien, Stella, and Sasha.
yeah, then the other 4 of you are up at the lively lineup.
And everyone who parties with Mara gets 8 temp HP.
Like you no longer are on the brink of death.
That's a good feeling.
Sasha will lose her 10.
How many temp HP do I get? It's 8, Mara.
Yeah, 8 temp on top of your long rest.
Bleck is back in tip-top shape.
Oh, wait, did we do the fight last night? Did Bleck win? Oh, that's right. No, he did win. I remember now.
Yeah.
Bleck and IceRose pulled out the victory.
Another super chaotic victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Does not do good things for Bleck's ego.
Wait, or does it do very good things for his ego?
He's never lost. That's all that matters to him is the win.
Depends on your perspective.
My perspective is that Bleck always makes a fool of himself. Bleck's perspective is that he is the champion of the world.
Yeah, I still can't believe you nat 20 on that.
I know.
That was ridiculous.
So, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it was undeserved. He did not deserve the win that he got. But that's the way he goes.
So, come the next day, Luthien will stop in at the expensive skull quite early, well before noon, but it'll still be quite busy. But he'll not be contacted directly from the bartender, but there will be someone who will pull him aside and give him some information. And the information that they have about the red tiefling and the fire druid is they've left over a day ago. The tiefling was caught or spotted at a known safe house for the Golden Nexus, and was witnessed leaving in the middle of the night after being pursued by an elf.
I wonder which elf that could be.
Was not the one you're thinking of.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Stella.
Oh,
Stella's
yeah.
an elf, right?
I did pursue them out of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You spooked
I'm a
you
half
spooked
elf,
him.
excuse me. Don't be elf racist. Just kidding. Anyway.
They distinctly referred to you as a knife ear.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Good.
Wait, a what?
knife
Knife
ear.
Knife ear?
Because their
Because
ears
their
are
ears are
Pointy
pointy ears.
I've never heard that before. Okay. Is that supposed to be a slur?
Against elves.
elves.
Gotcha. Okay.
Definitely a little racist.
Yeah, they might not have used that term, but yeah, they probably did. And so they were seen leaving with another gentleman who is not the druid. But the druid was spotted also leaving the north side of the city at the same time, the same evening. So over a day has passed, and they've been spotted heading north into the territory of those foothills.
Well, it's a good thing we're going to the foothills.
Yeah. So there is the druid, as far as you're aware, the red tiefling, and then another what appears to be a spellcaster or cult leader of some sort. This area that is to the north of the city, they'll give you guys a little briefing. It's quite rugged. There's a lot of verticality to it. If you're able to do some climbing and stuff like that, it might make it a little bit easier to traverse and cause you to not have to do so many roundabout directions. There are a couple of rivers that go through the land that will need to be traversed in some manner. There's a hunt master in town, a hunters guild that might have some information for you, or might be able to provide a guide if you're looking for it.
We
Oh,
don't
yeah.
need a guide.
Really
I'm
quickly.
I'm
here.
here.
Really quickly. It just occurred to me. Do we ever get like a reward for winning the arena fight, like a purse or something like that?
You guys got your bets, which I put in the chat at the end of last week.
But like the winners don't get anything.
Well, the
Or
assumption is you
glory.
would probably bet on yourself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and there was a party where you guys were given some drinks and things like that, but there's not like, this is like an underground fight, and like paying for admission is basically like placing a bet on yourself, so you just win um back proportionally to what you put into it.
Before we head out of town, I would like to go back to the tattoo artist and pay off my debt.
Yeah, you absolutely can do that. They'll be a little bit disappointed that you came back so quickly and so gleefully with a win under your belt to take back the sword, which is definitely worth way more than what you put the lien against it for.
If he only knew what other weapons I had.
Glad you didn't leverage the other one, or we'd be in a deep mess.
I think the orc splitter would be furious at me to leave him with an orc.
As collateral. Oh. It's
Well,
like
that's
the-
one way to get him to hate you and then be like, no, bring me to the new owner. Fuck this.
Funny.
But I'll subtract it from my balance. Is 2. Oh, I have it in my notes. 234.
Okay. Are you guys gonna seek any? Justin, I saw joined.
Yep, I did.
How much of that did you catch?
I got Ice asking about the purse for the winners of the arena.
Okay. We started the day with you visiting the expensive skull, and getting in touch with your contacts. The bartender didn't approach you directly, but someone else did on his behalf. They told you that the red tiefling departed after being pursued by an elf, with someone who appears to be some sort of a spellcaster. The druid also departed north of the city into the wilderness as well, that evening, which was not the night before, but the night before that. So you guys are a little over a day behind them.
We have a general heading.
Yeah, up north into the wilderness. They didn't obviously pursue them, but they watched them as they left the gate. As the request wasn't put in until they were already kind of like out of reach, but they did. There were people with eyes on them until they left kind of the range of the city. They also said that the Hunters Guild might have more information on that region if you wanted to get in touch with them.
Great. That's good news. I'm assuming I relayed that to everybody.
Yeah, I relayed that to everyone because we didn't know exactly how long it was going to be till you got back.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for doing that. That's good.
Ice would definitely head for the Hunters Guild.
You don't need them. You have a hunter with you. I'm right here. This is literally my homeland.
Multiple hunters, actually.
Yeah, and we have Naia to help us get us over the rivers. We'll be fine.
Okay, let's go. Ice will start striding in the general direction of north.
Okay.
Are we just make sure I heard this correctly? We are traversing this without the carriages and wagons, right? The carriage and wagons, right?
Correct.
Yeah, the information you would have gotten would let you know it would be quite difficult to do that. Also, you guys are leaving Sasha in town. If you want her to keep working on the dragon scale. So the assumption is you would probably return here.
Can I ask her to keep an eye, just to check in on my wagons and carriage, if we're gone for too long, and the dogs, because I'm not taking the dogs.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh, jeez. Why did you make me? Oh, man. If I have to, I'm going to have to hire someone, I guess. Because I'm not going to roll well. Yeah, no.
She'll begrudgingly be like, yeah, I can check in every now and then, but you get the idea that she's like, what the fuck does he care so much about his wagons for? They're already at a stable, like they're not going to just disappear. So you get a sense that it's so low on her priority list. If you're asking to leave the dogs in her care, she'd probably say no, because she's got to spend her whole day like smithing and stuff.
Well, I can't take the dogs with us, so I have to do something with them. Would I be able to board them with where the horses are?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then I'll just deduct the appropriate.
Yeah,
No.
I mean for dogs it would be like, I don't know, a silver a day.
Okay, and I still have the room, by the way, at the really expensive room. So I guess I could keep them there.
And hire a sitter.
Yeah, that sounds more like what Bleck would do. That's what I'll do. We'll hire a dog sitter.
Okay, the sitter will probably be what's the room cost? Do you remember?
I think it was 10 gold a day.
Okay, yeah, the sitter would probably be like a gold a day.
Okay, so you're at 11 gold a day. Okay, thanks. The only reason I'm talking about the detail is because I want to be honest to the amount of gold that Bleck spends.
Yeah.
Would a single horse be able to traverse the distance or the terrain that we're going through?
It probably. Oh wow! Lots of feedback from you.
For me?
I think that was Ice that was queuing up.
IceRose.
A horse would be able to traverse most of the land, but that would prevent you guys from being able to scale cliffs or anything like that. Unless you were able to like set up a pulley system with the block and tackle that would like put a horse in a harness and hoist it up.
Okay, no go. All right.
Yeah, they said we might have to like climb stuff.
Sorry, what was that, Bree?
Oh no, I was just saying the guy said we might have to like climb stuff.
Yeah, not that you have to, but it might make it significantly quicker than if you were to take whatever the lowest, safest traversable routes are.
Ooh, beautiful.
And so yeah, I just shared a photo kind of what this landscape looks like. There's a river that flows up into the mountains. There's forests on either side. And you're kind of coming up through this great valley, and you will be able to navigate it however you wish as I bring you guys over.
Is that a Pacific Northwest or a European mountain? You know?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. Lovely either way. Beautiful.
All right, are you guys on the new map now?
Oh wow.
Whoa! Holy shit!
I like this map.
So
Oh my
the top image and the bottom image are kind of the same. I was kind of they're not kind of the same. They're exactly the same. The bottom is an orthographic. The top is in perspective. I like the perspective one more, and I'm thinking we're just going to go off that. But I provided the overhead in case anyone's having trouble kind of understanding the geography of the place.
Did you make this?
No, this is someone's Minecraft map. So if you zoom in super close, you can see that it's all made out of voxels.
That's
But
amazing.
I actually I have some more images of it as well.
That's
This
amazing.
is really cool.
They
just had a
went
great
into
idea
Minecraft
of
and did
playing. I just had a great idea of playing like a D&D game in Minecraft.
That looks pretty fun.
Yeah, so I just dropped some images that are from this map.
Holy shit.
And so this is the terrain that you guys are going to be entering. I gave you guys the choice of either like a Google pin or a red flag. You guys can pick which one you want to represent the party.
Okay. By the way, I don't see Bree or Justin in Roll20. I'm not on Roll20 yet. I'm still driving right now. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Bree's driving.
Yeah. I'll do this.
I am just on my phone, so it's kind of a mess. This is garbage. Wow.
Yeah,
What were the
Roll20
icons?
does not like mobile experiences.
All right.
Justin, where are you? Are you traveling?
Yeah, I'm actually in Lexington. I've been in a rehearsal all day, which I'll send everybody a link to the live stream for the show tomorrow, which I can tell you about after we get done D&Ding. But it's going to be an interesting one, I can tell you that much.
Ooh, fancy.
Please send it.
I certainly will.
You sound like someone who's been in sound check all day.
Yeah, we've got two drummers.
Oh my God.
Do you remember Marcus Hill from Belmont?
Yeah.
So he's one of them, and then Chester Thompson is the other one.
Buster, you mean holy shit. That's
Yeah.
for reference, that is what's his name? Fucking Genesis.
Phil Collins, Genesis,
Phil
Frank
Collins.
Zappa, Weather Report, the Bee Gees, Santana. The list goes on.
Holy shit, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Chester
it's gonna
Thompson
be.
plays drums for Phil Collins when he is doing his solo work. Because he is a drummer, but he plays drums for Phil Collins and the other bands that Justice mentioned. He was a teacher at Belmont.
He was.
Wrecking Crew 2.0.
Dude, this map is awesome.
No, right?
Yeah.
By the way,
It's pretty amazing.
I saw a view from it from like a perspective, and I was like, "Oh, that's exactly the terrain I'm looking for." And then I followed the like Google image link to it. I'm like, "Holy shit, that's a Minecraft map!" And then
wow.
and then also like I was lucky enough that like, oh, it has top-down views and everything. I'm like, okay, this is it. Like I was just looking for an inspiration image to like convey like what the landscape looked like, and I found this whole overhead map of this thing, and it was incredible.
So it is incredible, but as far as trying to manage it on my phone, I think I found the party. I think
It's
I see
it's like
something.
it's like the Google pin and the red flag.
Bottom
Okay.
right.
The bottom right at the top part. I probably should just delete the bottom half because I don't think we're going to use it. I've kind of figured that I like the top half better.
Yeah, I think the top half gives a little bit better sense of topography.
Yeah, I think we should work with that.
But they're both beautiful. I would go with either, whichever one you prefer.
Yeah, let's just stick with the top, and I can probably remove it between sessions, or remove the bottom. So, do you guys like the red banner or the Google pin?
I'll let others. I have no opinion.
Pin for us, flag for our destination.
Okay, yeah, I can put the flag at the destination.
And then we just Kool-Aid Man straight through.
Oh yeah.
Kool-Aid Man?
Oh yeah. The Kool-Aid
Like
guy.
the old commercials where the pitcher of Kool-Aid jumps through the wall. Oh, I don't.
The GIF. This came up earlier in the campaign, but it's been over a year, so I'll reshare the GIF. It was an old, really weird commercial from the 90s.
Yeah, we were playing Cards Against
That's
Humanity
horrible.
the other day, and somebody was like, how to make like some terrible situation better. I think it was supposed to be like, what would make a funeral better? And somebody put the Kool-Aid Man, and everyone was like, that's the winner.
I don't know if we lost Ashley, but Ashley, if we didn't lose you, if I don't have time to write my will before I go ever, let's put that on.
I specifically want him to bust through where my casket is. So that he bumps into my
Wow.
casket and I go on the ground.
Just like knock it over. That's pretty
Yes.
funny.
I love the drama. What can I say?
Wasn't
Oh,
part
that's
of the Family Guy skit?
the bottom one.
My GIF is yeah. But
Oh, the bottom
Oh,
one.
I can't see the gift right now, but the knocking over a casket at a funeral, I'm pretty sure was on Family Guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
It's that kind of humor.
Sounds about right.
I'm looking for it.
So yeah, if you guys draw with an arrow, you can see just kind of how vast the scope of this land is. Everything is it's notated in miles. 24 miles would be a pretty exhausting day of travel. And that's considering that none of it is really difficult terrain. If you're going up cliffs, it might take longer. So you would probably have to decide between like going over cliffs and taking long ways around. Just kind of as a given for perception checks, what I'm giving you is you can see a cloud of smoke indicating probably a campsite in the distance up on the hill, and you also a stone watchtower up on the cliffs as well, which both are indicated in the map.
Yeah, we can't forget that we have to go to that tower. Is that where we're delivering the axe? No, that's where the wizard lives that may or may not have been stealing orc children.
Oh.
Are we delivering the axe on this map, Dan?
Yeah, I dropped the red flag to where you guys understand that wizard to reside.
Okay, and then what about the axe destination? Is that on here as well? Sorry.
That is the wizard.
Oh.
Oh, it is the wizard.
Yeah, you guys put that together in a previous session.
Oh, that's right. We were concerned about him killing children with this axe that we may or may not give him.
Yeah, so there have been missing adventures. There's the delivery of the axe, and I think there's something else that kind of pointed you in his direction as well.
Is it Edrin Vantorb? Is that him?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
I also need to ask him questions about that gnome dude that I'm trying to find. I don't think it'll lead anywhere, but just in case. There's a lot of reasons to go see this wizard.
So we see the smoke in the distance, right?
Yes.
Bleck. Okay, so now I will go. Anyway, everyone else see that smoke?
I think so. Are we this red, the red banner, or are we the white dot?
You're the white dot.
The white dot. Okay.
Do we? Dan, would you allow me to roll something around whether I can tell that is currently burning or has recently been put out, or is it evident?
What time are you guys heading out? What time are you guys leaving?
I would vote for early morning.
Early morning.
Yeah.
We just took a long rest, so probably now.
Yeah. As soon as Luthien got back with the information and Stormblaze paid off his debt, I'm sure we'd head out.
Okay, that would probably be like 11 a.m., I would guess, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Because you'd have to wait till both the tattoo shop and the tavern are open, and they're both places that would open a little bit later in the morning.
Then I would be curious as to whether or not that is a fire that is currently burning, because who burns a fire midday?
Go ahead and roll a nature.
Okay.
Also, Bleck, can you just fly over there and scope it out for us, and then fly back?
Yeah, that's what I was going to recommend. If oh wow, oh that's far. I still could.
Yeah, so 24 miles in a day would be on foot. Flying, you'd probably be able to make it there, before evening. Because you've got essentially double the movement, and you don't have to worry about terrain. So you'd probably be able to make it there by, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock.
I will say I could make it there, but by this evening. But I would maybe we should give it a day and see where the fire pops up tomorrow, because then we'll know where they might be heading.
Also a good idea.
Bleck is just trying not to fly too far because he doesn't want to wear himself out.
Is there anything else about the terrain around us or anything else that may be considered kind of odd?
So no one has rolled a perception or a nature or an investigation yet. I just kind of told you the things that were gimmies. So those of you who would like to do some sort of investigation or history or knowledge on the region can absolutely do so. Whatever stat you think you're good at and that type of information you'd want to get.
All right. I have this is my favorite terrain, mountains. Can I roll with advantage on my perception check?
I don't think that gives you advantage on
Or is it just
perception.
survival?
It gives you, I think, survival. I'd also say nature. And if you wanted to do an investigation, I'd say that would also apply.
So my intelligence or wisdom check is my proficiency bonus is doubled.
Okay,
That's what happens.
so yeah, perception is a wisdom check, so you'd be able to add an extra. What is that? Proficiency is probably 4 or 5 at this level.
I believe it's 4. Where does it say?
I think it's 4.
that? on here.
That's the next year initiative.
Oh. Yeah, 4. Just took me like the longest time.
Okay, a 25. Bleck's looking for suspicious things.
Dan, if you wouldn't mind rolling an Arcana for me, I would just keep an eye out for any cleric symbols or cleric.
Yeah, I'll load you up.
I have a little green A by my wisdom check now. That I swear wasn't always there. Does that mean I get advantage with it?
Which wisdom check?
Perception.
Oh yeah, you got the goggles, so yeah, you have advantage on perception.
Yeah.
She gonna see everything.
Nothing.
Oh no!
Did you roll 2 1s?
Garbage
No,
eyeball.
She got a 12 with advantage and her modifier.
Basically a 1.
Okay, with a 20 for looking for sketchy things, dangers, signs of life, signs of wealth, Bleck, you'll notice some people doing some like whitewater rafting, essentially, down the narrow part of the river around the bend. That's like really it's rapids. Yeah, yep, right where I saw that arrow pop up. There's people who are boating recreationally there, which you would assume that would be people of wealth doing something like that.
Okay.
You also would notice that watchtower up there. As far as dangers, no, I think really what you would gravitate is you would notice those people who are boating down the rapids.
Okay, I will. Will other people see them, or do I see them because of my vantage?
You see them because of your advantage and what you're looking for, but there's enough keen-eyed people that if you were to point them out to people, they'd be able to notice. But it's probably not something that they just kind of picked up on their scanning around because, the rapids are quite noisy and busy visually. And they're also quite far off. How many miles is that?
Yeah, like 20 miles. A lot. You'd have to be looking way down.
Yeah, that's like a day away. So you were able to notice that quite keenly, though.
Maybe
Okay,
we should go pick up some horses or something. Maybe take the horses from our caravans.
No, because we might need to climb stuff. So that's why we decided not to bring the horses.
I
Yeah,
see.
you don't want them to break an ankle on the rocky terrain.
Yeah, that would just make everything take longer.
Yeah, I would not tell anyone about them at this point. I would wait to see where we go.
Yeah. Stella, you would notice that watchtower up there. It looks like it's been there for quite some time. It looks quite old and worn. You're not sure if it's even still, occupied. Probably not in the state of repair that it's in. And looking at it, you spot a way that you're pretty sure you'd be able to climb up, and the party would be able to climb up without much trouble. Just a little bit to the south of it.
Right, watchtower looks empty. Looks like it's fallen apart. I doubt anyone's in it. There's a spot a bit south that way. I think we can climb it.
Yeah.
Man, if there's a rift in that tower, I'm gonna be so mad.
We'll listen for demon noises.
Hopefully, it's just an eccentric wizard who likes abandoned buildings, and that was the closest power he could get.
It's gonna be that goblin that you guys let get away in like the 3rd session.
Yo, if that goblin is still alive, he can join the party.
24 for Fey Fiend Undead. Down here, no, you don't notice any tracks or traces of undead through these parts.
Okay.
Then I'm going to pull up the hobo symbols real quick and see if anything kind of pops out.
Sorry, did you say a hobo symbol?
Yeah, her Arcana check.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
the clerics use the hobo style symbols to like mark on stuff.
Sorry,
Yeah.
aren't hobos like homeless people?
They are.
Hobo
They
is
have
much
a
more than
symbol?
just like homeless though. It's like drifters.
Yeah, travelers.
So what's
That
a
sort of
hobo
thing.
symbol?
Oh, they mark different things to mean different stuff. Where I went to school, we had like it was a very common place. Like the Amtrak went through our town, and it was like a very small town, so there was a lot of like travelers and things. And so they mark it for different stuff. Like
Yeah, they
a
do
little
stuff like
cat
nice.
is like a nice lady. Yeah, like so if you need help, like this might be a person who would help you. Like that kind of thing.
Or
Wait,
things like
so
there's
this is
work in this town you can get, or things like that.
So this is a real life thing. This isn't a D&D thing.
Right.
No, it's a real thing. It's like super Americana. It was back during the Great Depression, when a bunch of people were like traveling, just trying to find work, and they were homeless. They would leave each other little symbols so that when other people came across them, they would kind of have an understanding of like how the town felt about wandering travelers.
Yeah, like there would be ones that would say like stop by the church and someone will feed you, and other ones saying like if you stop here, someone's probably gonna rob you. You know, stuff like that.
Or like cops don't like hobos, things like that.
Yeah, it's safe to camp here. Keep moving, things like that.
Very Americana.
Cool. I didn't know that.
That's why you're always doing Americana checks for him, right?
Yeah. I mean, if hobos are faithing or undead, then yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Americana check.
when I had my graduation party and I knew like what college I was going to, I did like my party was themed to my college, and so I had little like symbols all around my house, and people had it was like a scavenger hunt. It was fun.
That's fun.
So, as far as symbols go, you wouldn't really notice all that many because there's not even really a road here. This is all very much trail. So, you are very much actually leaving the road at this point. But you would notice one that kind of points off just a little bit off the trail, and it says that there's a safe campground there. Also, there's one pointing down towards the lake, and it indicates that the water is clean and suitable for drinking.
Nice. Well, too bad we're going to be walking very far away from this safe campsite.
Shall we get going?
Let's.
Lead the way, Stella.
You got it. I lead the way.
Okay, do you want to draw an arrow of where you would like to go?
Yeah. Can I make an additional kind of perception survival check for like the safest path to
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is survival okay?
Yeah, that would definitely be suitable.
Cool.
Okay, with a 21. Safest, are you looking for most cover from other humans or humanoids, creatures, things like that? or are you looking for the least environmental obstructions?
Ooh, okay. So, before I make a decision, I turn back to the party. Are we trying to be like quiet and sneaky, or are we just trying to get there?
I think we're just trying to exert as minimal effort as possible. Like, we can deal with people.
Sure, sure. So I will go for the path of least resistance.
Okay.
Black would say, sorry, I had to walk away. I was across the room. Black would say, there are a bunch of people down on the river. Looks like they're just kind of leisurely doing stuff down there. So if we're trying to connect with anyone, we might want to go that way. But I don't know if it's the
I don't
easiest.
think we're trying to connect with people. I think it's just not like as big of a deal if we come across people.
All right. Sounds good. Let's keep a mental note then that rich people are boating over there or playing in the water over there. To return to later.
Yes, so I lead them through the path to get to the area where I saw that we could climb.
Yeah. And in about a day's travel, you'd be able to get to the base of the cliff, but as you get to the base of the cliff, it's getting to be evening. So you guys have put in a pretty full day worth of walking. You can either camp at the base of the cliff, or you could attempt to scale it tonight and then camp at the top of it. Where you found is a much shorter cliff than if you were to like try to climb right beneath the tower. It would be a few hundred feet, but here it would probably be 60 feet or so to get up to the top of the cliff.
Do we still have enough light to safely do this?
The sun's going down, so the cliff is going to be in shadow. So it's going to be kind of semi-obscured, but if you can create some light and stuff, you'd be able to navigate it safely and comfortably. But it's
I do have the light cantrip. We can do that.
You said,
Yeah.
So does Luthien.
you said it was 60 feet?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That is exactly the length of my rope trick. So I can get the majority of people pretty much all the way up.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, you can leave the rope dropped, so as long as people are able to climb the rope, which I think the spell assumes,
Yes.
everyone would be able to climb to the top of it if you would like to camp at the top of the cliff.
Yeah, so I'll offer that and be like, you all can use this rope. It doesn't have any need to be attached to the rock, and it's perfectly stable.
Can I interject as a player and just say my DMSS senses are tingling right now?
Well, Luthien was going to try to do a perception check to see if there's anyone like as we approach the cliff, if there are signs of anyone being like at the top of this. Because if we just open a portal with a rope hanging down, if someone's up there, they just cut the rope.
Well,
I can fly up there and
manageable.
scout it first. That would seem the most.
That might be good.
That might be
That would
better.
work.
I would also like to add, wouldn't it be better to have the cliff as cover if we wanted to camp out? Less
think
points of getting...
It's probably better for less of an ambush if we're up at a high place where we can see everyone coming.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
How about I go check it out for us real quick? And I
Do that,
will.
Black.
Why don't we just give him the rope and
Because he can fly?
he can get up there? I don't know if rope trick works that way.
Yeah, this way we don't have to tie the rope to anything. It just hangs out of the
trick
portal.
it is a dimensional space that goes up to 60 feet is where the opening is, and then
Yeah.
the rope hangs down the rest of
I
the way.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
The other benefit of rope trick is if you were to need to tie around an anchor, like even if you were to find a tree that's like 10 feet away, you'd also need like 5 feet of rope to like tie around the tree at least. So then you're losing like 15 feet of your rope, and then like you've got to.
So
It becomes a whole mess.
Yeah,
At
so
least-
even if we can't quite get like it's not exactly 60 feet. We're going to be close to the top anyway, so it'd be probably, like 10 feet or so of actual climbing.
Okay.
Do you need me to do our Stella? Should we do our Dragon's Den trick? If it's safe up there, I'll come back and get you to the top.
Sure. I'll spot people.
Alrighty. Let me go see what's up there. So Bleck is assuming that we're going to have a long rest coming up soon. He's going to cast Pass Without Trace on himself. Just cast it, and
Yeah.
anyone who's around will benefit from it. Did that just cast?
It showed in chat, so I'm not sure if it took your spell slot, but it definitely shared it.
All right, so I'm going to cast that, and then I am going to fly as stealthily as I can up to the cliff face, or to the top of the cliff, and wherever it would be the most stealthy place to peruse and.
Okay. Are you going to stay at the treetops, or are you going to go up above them, or are you going to try to just kind of see what you can see, but without breaching the canopy?
I'm going to check it all. I'm going to breach the canopy. And I'm going to go up and see what's at ground level. If I see nothing, then I go into trees, kind of look around a little bit, and then if I see nothing, I just check above the canopy, and then I come back.
Okay.
So pretty thorough investigation.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception for me. Since you're doing these multiple levels, it's going to have a scaling DC, but I am going to let you roll at advantage because you're spending the time to do it, and you can see it from an elevated perspective.
Do I need to roll stealth as well?
Yeah, go ahead and give me the stealth, and I'll keep in mind you have a +10 to that.
Also, I just logged in to Roll20, and holy crap, that map really is amazing.
Right.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful.
I still can't believe it's set in Minecraft.
Only Bleck hadn't bought property elsewhere. He wants to buy it here now.
Sorry, I'm rotating the arrow quickly so that you guys can't tell exactly what I'm measuring.
I'm not seeing anything.
I thought you could hide that stuff from us.
Oh yeah, I think I can.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything either.
Yeah.
You sneaky bastard.
Told you he was sus.
You called it.
Something's up.
Bleck dies.
There's just something about the way Dan asked that question.
Suddenly, a hill giant throws a ruby and kills.
There's always something that could happen. So I always need to make sure I know what you guys are doing, because
there's
that way the world will react accordingly. You do notice a small encampment a little bit to your west, a little bit west-southwest.
Is it on the map now?
It is on the map now.
Okay, so it's this guy here. 1 second. This guy right here. All right.
Yes.
Let me see how far away that is. That is like 7 miles away. And then what is this over here?
That's the watchtower that you spotted from beneath. So it's at the top of the cliff. It has a really good view over the entire valley.
Okay, so I will come back down, and I will say, and I know there's nothing else in this general area, right?
No.
Okay.
You did notice the campsite there. You weren't able to notice any people or anything like that. It was pretty well hidden in a small clearing there, but you were able to spot it.
Okay, so I'll come back down. I'll say to everyone, there's pretty clear up at the top of the cliff here. There's a camp. It's about, I don't know, maybe a few hours fast walk away in the opposite direction of the watchtower, kind of to the left up there, to the west. Assuming that the cardinal directions are what they are.
They're pretty accurate. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So towards the west, about 3 hours fast walk. There is a camp. They didn't notice me. I don't think.
It is occupied though, right?
No, not directly above this cliff. Oh, the camp. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Dan, would I have noticed people, or did I just notice the camp?
You would not. You just notice that there are kind of artificial structures there in the region.
Not sure if it's occupied or not. So if we do want to camp on the top here, or even down below, I recommend night shifts, night watches, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, we should always do that if we're not in a town. It would be a very bad idea to never not take watch. Wait,
But
have you
meantime-
guys have you camped before and not taken watch?
Well, I can sleep in trees, and then I don't really have to watch so much. But I do recommend it. It's always good practice.
Yeah. We're not going to not take watches. We're out in the
Yes.
open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, well- I vote for top of the cliff, personally.
Yeah. Top
as do
top
I.
of the cliff. Yeah.
Top of the cliff to you.
All right. No, let's go. I just like extend my arms out and wait for bird food to grab onto me.
So
All right.
At
So then
every-
are we doing the? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Michelle. Go
real
ahead.
quick, Dan, at every given point, Ice will be looking for tracks of Faithing Undead. Can you please, like, how do you want to work this? Do you want me to let you know every time I want to do a check, or do I do it periodically?
So the thing is, I kind of need you to make the check consistently, because if
Gotcha.
all of a sudden I start asking you for the check, there's going to be an assumption that there's something going on. So if the party is moving, if that pin is moving, go ahead and you can just kind of throw your check out there and I'll know what it is. And you can just kind of say, hey, Faithing Undead, just kind of like what you did. You typed it in chat, Faithing Undead, and rolled the check. Just do it. And if it's relevant, I'll respond to it. But if all of a sudden I start saying, hey, I need you to roll a nature check, it's going to be like, okay, well, there's probably some undead in the area. So,
Gotcha. Well, I was thinking more like, we're at the bottom of the cliff, I would do a track. We're at the top of the cliff, I would do a track, that type of thing.
yeah,
that
so
work?
that would be the pin is going to move to the top if you guys all successfully get your way up there. So,
Cool. I also want to do a check at the bottom.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Alrighty. This is we have to roll for what we're about to do, don't we?
Oh yes.
Yeah, for you, I think it was an athletics for being able to carry her, and for her, it was an acrobatics to gracefully run up the wall.
Yeah.
But you guys are both assisting each other, so I think both of you would be at advantage.
Ooh. Thank
Right.
you.
Athletics for me. All right.
Yes.
Hey, acrobatics is not my strongest skill, so I'm proud of that. Ooh, yay!
Good
Thank
thing
God.
you guys were at advantage.
Yeah, this is Bleck's favorite thing to do, apparently.
Yeah,
Rolling in there.
Carry Stella around.
Apparently.
the 16 was stable, but it wasn't like compelling. As you're like running up the wall, you're kind of falling a little bit behind. It's not too sturdy. Like there's rock there, but there's also like clumps of dirt and vines and stuff that kind of break off beneath your feet. But Bleck just kind of he's like got you beneath the armpits, and every time your foot kind of stumbles or whatever, it doesn't even really matter because he's essentially just carrying you up the wall.
You're like flying. That must be really fun.
Bleck and Stella just sounds like one of those like rom-coms starting to happen.
Yeah, I don't think Stella would ever. And I don't
No.
blame her.
This is one of the few good moments between Black and Stella. Is when they're running up a mountain together,
Bleck is actually is not a very romantic person at all, but he does still think that Stella might be a princess.
And worth pursuing.
Definitely
not
no.
in a romantic way. He just wants to be on her good side if she is a princess.
Yes, so I can bestow like some sort of bullshit knighthood, I'm sure.
You
You'd
ready?
marry her for the alimony. Or for
Yeah.
No, that's
no,
right.
yeah,
Keep
that's
it.
right. For the alimony.
No, actually, this
I meant
hasn't
to
come
say
up before.
endowment, but let's be real. Like Bleck will totally get divorced and then just take alimony.
Yeah,
He's become accustomed to a certain style of living.
Oh,
no.
God, yeah.
Oh no.
No. I'm so excited for you guys to go to Stella's home and see what it's really like.
So real quick though, just because it's come up, this is a player comment. Bleck is actually like very romance adverse for quite a few reasons. He's actually he is not interested, but he does see the benefit in sometimes pretending like he is. So he's
Dick.
yes, yeah. Have we not seen that up in it? Bleck is a horrible thing that should have died twice. I've tried to kill him, guys. He just
Yeah,
keeps.
you stop.
Sorry, I
not
made a
killing.
resurrection warlock.
Okay. Are you dropping the rope trick for the rest of the party?
And then I'm gonna secure a secondary rope. When I drop the rope trick, actually, before I do that, is it like exactly 60 feet, or is there still a little bit of
Archie.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I had to yell at my cat.
I was like, who?
Still a little bit of Archie.
Just a little bit of like distance between the edge of the cliff and where my rope trick ends.
No, so that's what I was saying is the benefit of rope trick is like you get the full length of the rope. You get the
Okay.
full 60 feet.
Perfect.
Versus like if you were to tie it around a tree or whatever, you'd probably be losing like 15 feet or so.
Yeah, so I'm gonna open the rope trick essentially when I'm at the bottom of the cliff. I'm gonna get as close to the cliff as I can, so the center of the rope is kind of like hitting the side. So then people can leverage the rope with the cliffside. And then I'm just gonna be there to assist if they need like help on the last bit.
Yeah, to get over the precipice, I guess you'd call it.
Yep.
Okay, so everyone except Stella and Bleck can make a athletics at advantage to climb the rope. It's a pretty low DC.
Athletics, you say? Oh, it didn't actually roll in.
Oh, I see it in D&D Beyond. The 21's plenty.
Okay.
Storm, Mara, Naia, Luthien, no problem. IceRose is struggling a little bit. She's getting up there near the top. Stella, go ahead and roll a athletics to try to help her. Yeah, she's getting up near the top, but she's like having a hard time figuring out how to transition from the rope to the cliff, and you're just able to kind of like reach down and grab her shoulder and hoist her up and get her over the top of the cliff. And you guys are up on the top.
That should be advantage.
Bleck would just make sure I would point out and say that's the direction of the camp, and I would point towards the camp.
Yeah, you'd be able to indicate that to them. You guys also would be able to, looking across this cliff, you'd be able to still see the tip of the tower. It's now, it's not completely dark, but the sun is definitely all set, and you can see the tower silhouetted against the, just warm, slightly warm sky. And you don't notice any light sources or anything coming from the tower.
Right. Everyone ready for camp?
Yep.
Quick, another 15 undead check.
You do not notice anything.
Real quick, what was your final ruling on castigation when it terminates?
I think we said they'd be able to have spellcasters who would be able to dispel it. So by this point, it would be able to be dispelled.
Can I sense T-Rex?
You've not encountered an actual T-Rex. You've only encountered the polymorph.
Sorry. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
He's the last one I casted castigation on.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying is, with the level of spellcasters they're associated with, they'd be able to have someone who would be able to dispel it.
Okay, just checking. Okay. That's what I needed to know.
Is it alright if I gather materials to start a fire, or are we trying to be stealthy here?
I think we're fine to start a fire. We can keep
I think
an
so, too.
eye on the other group that Bleck pointed out, but I don't see any harm in it.
Okay, well, I'll look around the general area for some branches.
Okay, that would just be a survival check. I mean, because you're in a forest, I'm going to say that's at advantage. There might be some that are kind of moist, but there's a lot of trees that are around. Yeah, you're absolutely able to find plenty to build a fire.
Okay. And nearby everyone, I'll put down the sticks and do a start a fire. Burning hands.
Ice will pull out some smoked fish and what do I still have? Plum wine for dinner.
For those who aren't familiar with burning hands, it's like a massive cone of fire. It is.
Oh.
It's like so. Stormblaze is like starting a campfire with a flamethrower.
Sorry, I meant produce
I
flame.
love that.
Oh, produce flame. Okay, produce flame is that's much more controlled.
I'm not trying to start a forest fire here.
I mean, we're on a cliff, but
Only you can prevent forest fires.
by having Naia douse storm. Smoked fish and a bag of nuts, and I actually still have coconuts for Stella. And plum
Awesome.
wine.
Okay, yeah. Oh, let me pull characters in so you can set a watch order.
Are we gonna be like super tiny?
I don't know yet.
Or massive like this pin?
So yeah, you guys are. I put you guys in the white space right beneath. If you guys want to set up your watch order, 4 watches per long rest.
Ice will call third watch.
Stella will take first.
I will take second.
I'll take third.
I'll take I'll take the first one with Stella.
Yeah. Luthien will take a watch with somebody.
I'll take the 4th if there's 4.
Yeah, fourth watch isn't called for.
Yeah. So Luthien, would you rather be with Bleck or Naia?
It doesn't really matter, either one.
Okay.
I hang out with Naia. I don't ever really hang out with Naia.
I was gonna say, I'm offended you would rather hang out with Bleck than Naia.
Bleck's the only one left alone.
Actually, I'll hang out with
Uh,
Black.
I see how it is. Oh.
Storm, roll a d100 for me.
This is the percentage at which you're going to be annoyed by Black.
Only 12%. That's as predicted. That's actually below predicted.
That's way below predicted.
So
It is
Bleck's off
way
day.
below the standard deviation.
Okay, Stella and Mara, if there's anything you guys would like to talk about, go ahead. Also, over the course of your 2-hour watch, I'll need a perception from each of you or from one of you with advantage.
what's your perception,
Roll with
Mara?
advantage if
Okay.
mine's only a +0, so
Oh, yeah, I'm a 6.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You can definitely roll with
But
advantage.
but it's Bree die.
I'm not risking it in this terrain. Stella is our guide. I trust Stella. Mara trusts Stella is the important part.
We are in the mountains.
Yeah, you do have a doubled proficiency, so that would be a 19.
Nothing can pass me in these eyes that can see forever in the dark.
With that, you don't really notice anything of note other than there's like animals around that just small little things rustling around, but you're very familiar with the woods, and you almost don't pay any mind to them. It's just kind of like, yeah, they're there. You acknowledge them, but they don't even really ping on your radar. The sky turns dark, and Ice, where's the moon at? Do you know?
Yes, I do. We are
You place bets because my bet's in the sky.
3 days away from the new moon, so it's waning, and it's
Yeah.
thin.
So there's very little moonlight out there. It's very dark, and you're relying on, just a tiny bit of moonlight. But there's also, the stars are so bright out here. It's a nice clear night. You're able to kind of like see your way around camp and things like that, but you're not able to see for far distances. You're able to see on the horizon a little blip where there's no stars that you recognize that's where the tower was when the sun went down. But yeah, you don't notice anything of concern.
Yeah, I would say that probably this environment reminds her very much of her home because the part of the forest that she's in is very deep and dark. So this kind of environment, woodsy mountains, reminds her of her homeland. And she'll just sort of look up at the stars and sigh a little bit.
Yeah, roll. I guess it would be a history check at advantage.
Oh, good, thanks. I suck at history.
Even with a 13, and I'll also say because one of your favorite terrains is mountains, you're able to notice that one of the peaks up in the white snow-capped mountains is one of them that you've seen from your homeland, but from the other side. So you're just on the other side of the mountain range from your homeland. It's the tallest one up there. So you're still so far away, but there's still that familiar symbol that you've seen time and time and time again. Just the way that silhouette kind of, crests the sky. That profile very well.
Oh man, I really didn't realize how close to my home we were. She just says that out loud on her watch.
How close are we?
Pretty close. I don't know if you can see it, but do you see the snow-capped mountains over there?
Yeah.
If you look like two mountains, to the left, that one, that's the one I can see from my village.
So is it on this side or on the other side?
The other side. Still a long way to go.
Oh, oof.
It'll probably take us a really long time to get there, but oh no.
I mean,
And
we're kind of going in the right direction because if we keep heading north and hitting all these things we need to go see, and then we just go around the mountains, and yeah, no, that'd be fun. Oh wait, I think we have to go back to town first. We probably shouldn't cross the mountains.
probably not. I mean, we'll probably have to backtrack and we'll get there eventually. I think one of our uh things is close to my village, but still it's
Oh, that'll
uh
be fun.
no, not really. Not really.
Not
But
fun.
no. Yes, no. I miss my home, don't get me wrong. It is the place where I grew up and I didn't travel a lot. It's a very isolated village. But um the thing is that if I go back there and I want to go home, I have to stay there forever.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's kind of how this whole, how I told you I'm on sort of a, you know, finding myself journey. That's what the
yeah.
whole thing is about. You go and you travel for a year, and then once you're done, you go back to the village and you stay there forever, and then you never leave.
Like, not even for like trade,
No,
vacation.
no,
Oh,
nothing.
well, how long do you have before you have to go back?
Couple months. My year is almost up. Not super close, but kind of close. And there's
What if you can you like go back in like 3 years?
uh
Will they let you go back?
probably not. I have to go through the initiation ceremony. It's a whole thing. Um Probably my dad would disown me. Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't done that already, but there's pomp and circumstance and a weird cave in the center that may have an evil object in it, but whatever.
They have
It's
a what in it?
uh she just sort of like coughs a lot.
It's not a rift to like a demon world though, right?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. There's
Oh man, it better not be another rift to a demon world.
I don't think so. I think it's an object or something. Uh the short end of it, and I'm telling you because I trust you. Not that I don't trust everybody else, but they're kind of very, trigger happy, and it's just, it's a delicate situation in my village. I don't like the way that they handle things, but I also don't want to outright kill them all. I think they're just misguided. I don't know.
Well,
Basically, the
you got 2
thing,
more months to think about it.
yeah, but the thing is that my whole village is ruled by tradition, and people who are in the outer village, aka people who are young and haven't gone through these initiation and this traveling thing that I'm on now, they live outside of the main village, and you get your training, get raised. I wasn't even raised by my dad, I was raised by somebody else, my ame, but it doesn't matter. And once you go through this ceremony, you go through the initiation, and there's this cave at the center of my village that has something in it. I don't know what it is. Don't find out until you go through this ceremony, and then you have to stay in the village forever. But I've seen the things that it calls. When I said I was a hunter, I'm not hunting for game. I'm hunting for things that have infiltrated my forest in search of this thing at the center of my village. Monsters. Giant.
That is a lot to carry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I tried to find out one time, and let's just say the reminders are very permanent of trying to break that rule and find out what was going on there. And also, my mom may or may not have seen it. Nobody has told me, but she's missing and or dead. So,
Wait, your mom is missing?
and or dead. No one has told
What are you
me.
doing running around with us?
Avoiding it? I don't know. I'm like 19.
Okay, fair. Well,
My dad
maybe
says
we
she
can.
died of a disease shortly after I was born, but everyone in the village says that she saw what was ever in the cave, and either it killed her or she ran out of the village screaming. So
Well, we're close. We're close to your village, so maybe we can keep an eye out for her. Maybe you'll find clues.
she's just living in the.
She could just be. She could be like the crazy wizard living in the tower. We don't know.
I don't know. Well, if you see a woman that looks strangely like me, I've been told that I look almost exactly like her, so.
Oh, hopefully they don't get confused.
Yeah, don't. But she's human, so at least she doesn't have the pointy ears part. But I
All
don't
right. Well,
know.
that narrows down. People we could be like, "Is this your mother?" Uh,
Was your mama
are you
llama?
Are you Stella's mom? We're looking for Stella's mom.
Whatever. We're not there yet. It's just there's a lot on my mind, and IceRose saw something in a mirror, and then the fortune teller
What's
lady
your
kept
mom's name? So I
Estelle.
can ask my patron if she's still alive.
It's Estelle. My name is a combination of my father's name and hers. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can ask my patron. I was actually gonna go meditate real quick and try to get some answers about a couple things. I can just ask him if she's still alive, if you want to know.
She takes like a
Or we can
second.
just find out as an adventure all together and see if she's living in the mountains.
Yeah, I would like to know if she's still alive or not. That'll answer a lot of questions and probably bring up a lot of questions. Yeah,
Answers tend to do that.
if you don't
Yeah, I'll
mind.
ask. Yeah, let me just do you want to meditate with me? I mean, I don't think my patron would really talk to you, but like
No,
we've
probably
meditated
not.
before.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'll take some. Yeah, I need some calming. She just like
All
walks
right.
over.
Well, I'll let you know if I figure out anything definitive. And then I would like to use my special communing powers with my patron, please.
Okay, and that is the commune spell, right?
Yeah, you upgraded me from divination, which was great because divination is so weird.
It is weird,
So
but it can be so useful also.
I know, I love it so much. Can I actually, since commune is really just like an advanced divination, can I decide both of that, like to use either or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for this time, I'm gonna use commune because I need straightforward yes or no answers.
Quote unquote straightforward.
Right, as straightforward as they can be, but I'm not like looking into intent or anything, which gets wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
So my first question is Stella's mother, Estelle, still alive? My second, in case you don't have the answer and you have to like privately message Sarah for it, but my second question is going to be: does a wizard live in the tower on the ridge? And my third question is going to be, did you have a good day today?
You'll kind of feel his presence. You can't see him the way you did when you were resurrected. That you physically, not physically, but you saw him there with you. When he sat down and kind of handed you that book and the rod and all that. You can't see him, but you can feel his presence sitting there next to you. Um, you ask your first question about Estelle, and he kind of you feel him kind of peering back into his knowledge, and he gets really disturbed. He's kind of reeling and frustrated, and well, alive, yes, alive, yes, alive.
You okay, buddy?
The second question, or is the second question going to be, "Are you okay, buddy?"
No, it won't be. The second question is it's the questions that I asked, but like Mara's just like giving that look like, you okay, buddy? You
Yeah.
need a drink?
Yeah. So I remember the third question was, "How is your day doing?" The second was,
Or no, did you have a good day?
yeah. What was
That
the
has to be a
second?
yes or no question.
Yeah.
The second was, does a wizard live in the tower or on the ridge?
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, my day was going well.
Was. And then Mara bothered me. I mean,
That's a little bit of the subtext you get. The first question clearly had him unnerved.
can I roll an insight to see, like, I don't know, maybe like, was he bothered because he was missing information? Was he bothered because of like the nature of the information? Was like, can I roll an insight to kind of just see like what kind of
Yeah.
expression it was? Like, was he disgusted? Was he surprised? I know my patron.
Mara dice. It wasn't related to her, but it was related to events that he saw around her. That it wasn't something that was like disturbing by nature, but there was something that hit home for him. Something that is close to his own story.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was much more of a personal, I'm not ready to deal with this, than an ethical or anything like that, like, oh, something terrible has happened.
Interesting. I'm liking where this is going. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. I love you, man who gives me almighty powers. After I'm done meditating, I'll go back over to Stella and sit with her, and I'll say, so your mother's still alive, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna help you with it. I don't know what it is that I'm gonna help you with, but I'm pretty sure our roads are gonna intertwine for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
But she's still alive, so that's great.
Yeah. Now I just need to figure out where the fuck she is.
That's the second part that we'll work on. Maybe she is in the mountains.
She could be. I mean, if she ran away from the village, maybe she didn't run far. Possible.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go
well,
wake up the next shift.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wake up
thank-
Luthien.
Okay.
That was some great role playing noises.
Luthien and Naia are up next for a second watch.
Right.
Oh, I got a little bit of robot Luthien.
Oh no. Robot Luthien, that sounds terrible.
Okay, that sounded a little better.
Sorry, yeah, I think my internet connection is not what it usually is here in this house.
Yeah, so if there's anything you guys would like to talk about, feel free. For your watch, I'll need either a perception roll from each of you or one from one of you at advantage.
My perception's +8, so Naia, unless you have a better one, which I keep seeing your little chat bubble glow green, but I don't hear anything.
Oh, good. Because I
Oh,
wasn't
nope, there you are. You're
It
back.
just picks up like all the noise. Yeah, then go for it. You do the perception at advantage, or whatever.
All right. Oh my gosh, my phone is reloading all of these things. Like every time I switch screens. Let's see. Skills. Perception. At advantage, please. Roll. 26.
26. Yeah, you don't notice anything of concern. You notice wildlife. This is a very wildly lively forest, but it just seems to be creatures and things like that.
Okay.
Nothing that's going to maul you in your sleep.
Well, that's good.
You do see Chudward shapeshifting into various different creatures in his little water bubble.
So, are you gonna take Chud down to that river at some point and go rafting like those people that we saw?
Probably if we can, because he likes water, and he's easier to handle if he's got water.
That sounds reasonable. It looked like fun. I'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
That's probably I just jinxed us.
Maybe.
Die by rafting.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Have you heard anything about Chudward's brother? How he's doing since we left the beach?
No, he's like building his own little community there. I forget. I think he was like watching over something I grew there too. I think he's like watching some seeds I left.
Oh. It's interesting life you lead. I've never met anyone with a squid companion in a water bubble.
I'm a very lucky little lady. I have a squid bubble cat.
Yeah, how did you end up with Chudward? Like, how did you become friends?
I mean, he's kind of derpy, so he needs help. Clearly.
That's sweet of you to help him out. Very kind person.
Also,
A-
he's very cute.
As you call him Derpy, he kind of like wraps his tentacles around himself and looks like a puffer fish and like sticks out the suction cups as if they were spines.
See?
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's. I wonder what goes through his mind, like when he makes decisions like that.
Not a whole lot.
I mean, it's pretty creative, just to blow yourself up like that and be strange. It's interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess. Well, at least he's not boring. That's good. He might be derpy, but he's not boring.
Definitely not boring. Although I do feel kind of badly that he's not as big as his brother, because I keep him in a little bubble. But also, he would be really terrifying, much larger. So
He would. So, does the size of your water bubble, like if it was bigger, would he grow bigger?
I think so, based on what his brother looks like now, as opposed to what he looked like when we left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was very large. He was very large.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
that
think
whole
he was
thing.
alright with it. He didn't seem too. He didn't seem upset that he's not as big as his brother or anything. So he's fine.
That's good. He does his own thing, you know. You don't have to be your siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's nice. I like that. Then I guess
I'm
Luthien will
poking
just kind
both
of.
cats as we talk about that.
And what?
I'm poking both cats IRL
Oh.
as I talk.
All right. Yeah. Well, with that, Luthien will just kind of sit quietly, unless Naia wants to like talk about something else.
I don't know. Did you overhear any of Stella's story?
Uh, as a character, probably not, because I didn't roll any checks to be awake or anything.
The cat with the octopus on its face.
There are so many good octopus gifts, it's insane.
Octocat. Oh, that's
Some
terrifying.
really weird ones that I won't share, but there's a lot of really good ones.
I don't know if you guys ever watch like
Yeah. Why is there an octopus on a cat's face? Like that's just.
He was the one that
Oh,
went
that
into the octopus kiddie pool. That's what he gets.
Like,
That's the
why
last
is
time the
there
cat will have an octopus on his face.
that a cat
So-
has access to?
Chudward was just resting. He was just resting.
Also,
Ooh.
that the pool that octopus was in didn't look good anyway. Looks soapy.
Yeah, it does. And I think the octopus just wanted a friend.
I think it wanted to not die, because that's what they look like right before you kill them. They're like devoid of color.
Oh, well, I think that
Maybe it
octopus
was
is a
like
fighter.
maybe that cat saved him from being street meat.
I hope so.
Or maybe he was trying to eat the
So-
cat.
So one of the ways octopi move around is to latch themselves onto other sea creatures and kind of hitch a ride.
Yep.
But if you guys ever eat like live octopus, please eat it head
Nope.
first. Otherwise, you'll end up like that cat.
And we all know cats are liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's terrifying. That's the worst. That's like the most inhumane way to eat an octopus. Ah, this is
I mean,
Well,
they
it's
technically don't
bad.
have
It's
any
just a-
like
It's
sensors
just
like
a
we
chemical
do.
reaction with the sauce in that gift.
Yeah.
It's already dead.
Yeah, but even if it
Yeah.
was a live octopus, they don't feel anything. If that
Tell
helps.
that to Chudward.
They do.
Yeah, right.
They absolutely
Chudward has
feel
feelings
things.
too.
That's such a lie. They totally feel stuff. They have and yeah, no, that's lies.
Okay, IceRose, what are you doing for your watch? Are you going to try to eat Chudward?
Only if Chud gets close to me, which I don't think Chud has ever tried since our first encounter. And he almost turned into calamari. But I guess, do I do a straight perception check? Or I'm on
Yeah,
my own?
yeah, you're just on your own, so just be straight. Oh, the night is very peaceful. It's very nice. It's very calm.
I will also do my Faith Undead check.
Yeah, no.
Okay, there's nothing here. Couple questions. Are we at the very top of the cliff or in the middle?
You're at the top of the cliff, but like if you continue up to the watchtower, it's still taller, but you're not like going up a cliff, you're going up like it's kind of like a hill type thing. Like the cliff gets much steeper if you go up. Like you can see where you just climbed up was like 60 feet. If you go up to the watchtower, it would be like a 100-foot, 200-foot drop from the watchtower down to the ground below.
Is this something I would be able to free climb?
Depends how good you are.
Okay, that's an answer.
I mean, you don't have to climb the cliff because you're already at the top of the cliff. I mean, you could walk up to the tower if you want to walk up to the tower. But
cool. How far is the camp from the watchtower?
Your camp or the camp?
Our camp, sorry.
5 miles. So it would be like an hour and a half out and an hour and a half back. It would be like 3 hours if you were to go there and come back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll do that next watch. Nope. That's it for my watch, unless something else happens. But I will have stuff to do after I wake up Stormblaze and Bleck.
Okay. Storm and Black Ice wakes you up.
Oh.
Can I get
All
5 more
right.
minutes?
Anything out there that's been going on, or are we all good? Do we have the benefit of a long rest, Dan?
Not technically. No, I you still have to do light activity for 2 hours.
Okay. Then that is what I will do. So hey, Storm.
Hey.
See anything out there?
I could check. +4 on perception. You sure you want me to do it?
I have +5 perception, so maybe I should do it.
You can each roll your own.
What do you think, Storm?
Let's both do it.
All right.
That's kind of like having advantage.
Yeah, your modifiers are only 1 off from each other, so might as well. Yeah, and Storm ended up rolling a little bit better.
Perfect. See anything out there, Storm? I don't see much.
The sun's starting to come up, and you can see the sun kind of striking off the tower there. You can actually see with an 18. Some smoke off to the west-northwest.
West-northwest. Roughly how far? You said 5, right? Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, about a day's travel.
I'm going to choose to withhold that information. Last thing we want is Black to do something crazy, or Ice.
Well, Ice is gonna do something after she wakes you guys up, so I'm letting you guys resolve
Yeah,
your
yeah.
idea
So
after.
they're doing their perceptions. What are you doing, IceRose?
Ice is going up to the tower.
Okay. Over the 2 hours of a watch, you would definitely be able to get to the tower.
Cool. I'm going to do another 15 undead. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Oh, I guess it rolls both for me. Yeah. 15 undead check. And can I also do a separate perception check to see what's around?
Since you're going to the tower, yeah, just go ahead and roll a perception at the base of the tower. The tower does not seem occupied.
Okay. Anything from 15 undead?
Not that you've noticed from right here. Are you going to go into the tower?
Yes.
The door's long rotted away. The stairs have long rotted away as well. The planks that sat horizontally. There are some kind of stone supports that go up around in a circular fashion around the tower that you can kind of, try to cling to the walls and climb up to get up to the top to follow them along. It would probably be an athletics check to get up to the top of the tower. Yeah, that's not a problem. You can get up there to the top of the tower. And on the top floor, you can peer off, and you can see all across this valley. Especially this kind of sandy part here, to the east, you can see all the way down and see the river that flows through it. You can see the terrain. You can see really the whole lay of the land. Off to the west, you don't have a great view down into the forest. This terrain is, there's a lot of verticality to it. Peering down from here, you see a little bit into the valley, but then it shoots up again and blocks your view from everything past it. You can see a little bit of the smoke to the northwest. And you can see the canyon to the north, and up on top of it, there's trees. There's what appears to be farmland up there, just at the base of, the snow-capped mountains and the snow flows or drifts or whatever you would call them flowing down.
Can I do a history check on what creatures are in the area?
Sure. It would just be straight.
Right. That's a trip roll.
Yeah, so it would be the 13.
Yeah.
I mean, like, deer, probably coyotes, wolves, things like that. You might encounter bears. You should probably be careful about, keeping food and stuff in the portable hole, so that you don't get mauled for food.
Right. Okay. Do I have time to do more stuff?
I mean, depends how long you're going to be away from the party. With it being an hour and a half away, spending time there and an hour and a half back, you're going to be getting back at least an hour after everyone else is awake for the night.
Oh yeah, she doesn't care. Now I'm just gonna do a quick investigation of what's at the top of the tower.
It's been long abandoned. anything of value has kind of been looted. At the base of the tower, you can tell that people have definitely spent the night here. There's, scraps, waste, stuff like that from people who have spent the night, stuff that they decided they didn't want to carry any longer that they've kind of dumped. Um, uh, there's notes about howling wolves and stuff that have been heard in the area. Just kind of journal entries that have been in amongst the travelers' trash.
Gotcha. Okay. If there's nothing else of note, she would head back to camp where the rest of the party is.
So, rest of the party has woken up and been ready to go for an hour and couldn't locate IceRose.
Luthien just says, again?
Robo-Bree.
Well, let's just wait a moment. I'm sure she'll show up. If not, we'll just continue on without her and she'll catch up.
Sure.
Well, I mean, we got any food?
I mean,
Yeah, I could go for some food.
I can find us some food. I have this bag of giant nuts.
Stormblaze kind of gags on his side. Can we have some meat?
I don't carry meat on my person. I'm not IceRose. Have you seen me eat any meat, Storeblaze?
I've seen you devour a scorpion. I
That
consider
is
that
not
meat.
meat.
That is so meat.
That's a bug. It's different. You could go out there and kill something if you want.
We might just have to.
Bree, you're really breaking up. I hear you queuing up, but not really words.
Became a warforged.
We get a quarter of a syllable before you disappear.
Yeah, it's like a beep.
Beep.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Yeah, I was still on my phone and I hadn't switched it over yet, so it was probably acting up.
Yeah, it sounded angry.
Anyway, yeah, I'm down for Stella finding us breakfast. Otherwise, Mara just has jerky that she bought 6 months ago that we haven't eaten because IceRose kept making us breakfast.
I can go out scouting as well and trying to find something to eat.
Sure. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you guys want to roll? It would be probably a survival for tracking to find any game. One of you could do it at advantage, or each of you could roll your own.
What do you want to do, Stormblaze?
I'm at +4, but what about you?
I'm at +6.
Let me help you. Roll that at advantage.
Ooh,
19.
with a 19.
find a moose.
You
That would
know,
not be ideal breakfast.
Chocolate moose.
you track a very big stag. He's got really huge horns, or not horns, antlers, many points. And you follow him a little bit through the brush, and you see that he's got, you know, kind of a family in the area, a mother and two little baby deer,
No.
Kind of make me feel guilty.
little spotted fawns.
Well, I won't kill the mother and the babies. Although I turned to Stormblaze. We're not hauling a stag.
You just see Stormblaze's mouth drool.
We're not hauling a stag all the way through these mountains, unless you're gonna carry it yourself.
I'll carry it back to the group.
Well, we can't just smoke all the meat. It'll take all day. Are you sure you won't settle for some, like, berries or something, just for now?
I'll settle for berries.
Good. I will look for berries.
You can absolutely find plenty of berries up here in your favored terrain.
All right. I bring back a
We
bunch
were-
of berries.
You,
About to
you
be
do
turned-
realize I can keep meat fresh for a couple more days in my portable hole, right?
You're nowhere
Yeah.
near us.
They don't know where you're
Fair,
at. You're dead for all they know.
Yeah.
You could be never coming back.
Yeah.
We got berries.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Thank you.
no.
Nuts
What,
and
you
berries. Yes.
Yeah, you guys eat meat every day, even in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't see the problem.
IceRose has been feeding them, so yes, they've been eating meat every morning.
It's
So,
incredible.
so probably about the time you guys come back with berries, IceRose is probably arriving as well.
Oh, Luthien's gonna look for signs of movement, like around the direction of the other camp that we saw yesterday too. Just
Yeah,
see
you-
if there's like.
Yeah, you can roll a perception.
Check as well for the smoke.
Yeah.
See if it's changed position.
Skills.
I'll
Perception.
roll if Luthien doesn't notice it.
Oh, that's only a 10 for Luthien. I rolled a natural 2.
I will note the two spotted fawns were inspired by my recent bike ride last Sunday, and I also spotted a turtle. He spotted me, and he was like dashing into the river as I went by. He was like the size of like a huge dinner platter. He was like 16 inches across. It was awesome.
Uh. All right. Well, I do have to go for the rest of the evening. So
Check them out as
enjoy
well.
the bits.
Yeah.
Thanks for the berries. Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Yeah, if you guys would just kind of like to give me an idea of which direction you guys would like to go for the day, then I'll kind of plan that for next time.
Oh, did we
Oh, we
see
were-
the smoke move? Sorry, I just saw on the map.
Someone did notice it, but said they didn't want to share it with the party. Who was that?
That was me.
Yeah, Storm saw it, but didn't want to share it with the party.
Is it still smoking now, though?
It's not. It was very much like something that was built overnight. So, if anyone wants to roll, it'll be much harder to spot.
So I still think we're heading in this direction then, basically.
Yeah, if you're chasing the smoke.
I thought we were going to
Oh.
that tower.
Yeah, our goal was to go to the tower.
Oh, that's right. We gotta go to the tower first. It's on the way.
You guys say that because
Well,
Ice would definitely tell you there's nothing there.
There might be something there.
You
too
went
magical.
to the tower?
Yep.
Do you you don't have detect magic, do you?
No, I don't. So it's fair. We should go back. But there's nothing physical there. No Fae undead.
Well, me and Luthien should at least look it over since it's wizardly related.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
And
we
it doesn't seem to
gotta-
be terribly far out of the way, so yeah, we should do
Yeah,
it.
we still gotta keep heading north anyway, so because this is a place that we have to go to as well, right?
Yeah, that's where, as far as you're aware, Edrin, his estate is.
Got it. Okay. Well then, yeah, might as well stop by the tower.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night.
night.
See you all next week.
Night.
Take it easy, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
And then I'll prep for that next week. I hope, we got a late start, but hopefully this was fun for everyone.
It was super fun.
It
I'm
was. I had
excited
a
to be
good
back
time.
out in the adventuring world.
I'm
instead of-
so glad I finally got to show you guys this map.
It's an awesome
It's a pretty
map.
awesome map.
It is gorgeous.
We're gonna explore all of the map. It'll be great.
And I'm totally not adding more and more to it every week that we didn't explore it.
This is amazing.
Amazing.
Well, I'm excited for the Wizard Tower next week.
I
Let's-
just had a quick question about that. Which one is the tower? Is it the one that I accidentally put a yellow dot on, or is it one further in the back?
It's the one
one
closest
you-
to us, just north of us. Yeah, this one is the tower.
Yeah. So to be clear, it's not a wizard's tower. It's like a watchtower.
That's not what history's gonna say after I write it.
It's gonna be Mara's wizard tower.
Warlock Tower.
For the record, I do have the Strongholds and Followers supplement. So if you guys ever wanted to stop traveling on the road, you guys could totally start setting up a stronghold.
Stronghold? Interesting.
Oh, really
I'm
quick.
sure it's
I
on
forgot to-
Bleck.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I completely forgot to ask this. What was the start time for the Dragon Mail breastplate? Or Dragon Skill armor?
The start time, like the craft time.
Yeah. How many sessions ago was this?
Oh, she's only been working on it for I think a few days now.
Oh, was it before the arena fight?
Yeah. She took a break from it for the arena fight.
Okay. What is the end time for that then? So need to put
I
this
think
in
I
the
said it
calendar.
was like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, I just need to put this on the calendar.
Yeah, so probably I'll say another 12 days.
12
I'm
days
sure
from.
we'll be back in town by that.
Yeah, from current day.
Okay, that gives me a. Got it. Okay.
Are we
Sorry.
going to continue on today, or are we going to come back next week?
If we're gonna continue today, I need like a 5 or 10 minute break. I was thinking we'd probably pick up next week.
Okay, that's cool. Because I'm sure Luthien will have questions about the tower, too.
Yeah. So we'll just assume that that's where we're gonna pick up next week is gonna be at the tower.
That sounds great.
Okay. Can I just say that Naia, then, if everyone else is going to go to the tower, how far? Wait, hold on. I can check that myself. Well, God, why don't I know how to do these things? Oh, it's kind of far from the water. I was gonna see if Naia could just like quickly jaunt over to the water while everyone else is like hanging out at the tower.
It'll be impossible for you guys to get to your destination without crossing water. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think we have to cross by here or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will definitely get to go to the water. 'Kay, yeah, we're on top of like a cliff face right now, so it's not really a quick jaunt to the water.
Yeah, when I did the thing, I was like, that's further away than I expected.
There's a little pier over here. You guys seen that?
Where?
Little
There
house.
is a little pier.
That's where the pirates go.
Oh boy. Oh, we are definitely exploring this whole map.
Yeah, we're gonna go all over this map.
And there's more stuff that is hidden that requires perception checks.
Whitewater rafting. What?
We're gonna have a beach episode, a whitewater rafting episode.
I'm looking forward to the whitewater rafting TPK.
Honestly, Mara would drown. She doesn't even know how to swim.
Naia and Chad will help her out.
Oh, that's right. It would be kind of beneficial to have a water genasi whitewater rafting with you.
Well, and water walk, underwater breathing. You know, I think there's plenty of people in the party who can cast spells like that.
Good.
Those also all me.
That's right. We did have like a giant under the sea like battle.
Yeah, with the Leviathan.
I keep forgetting about that because I wasn't like actually there. I just like spammed Eldritch Blast. But, but yeah, Mara would be less afraid of drowning.
I was thinking like, man, what about the rocks? Like, is the rock going to come back? And I'm like, oh no, we killed it and its mate. Oh yeah.
There are still baby rocks that can grow up and come back for vengeance.
And they will.
That's true.
Because they hate you.
They deserve.
What are birds? Aren't birds supposed to have like really shitty memory?
It's just like a legendary bird, though. It does what it wants. And what it wants is revenge.
If it's like a crow bird, a corvid, then it is very smart and remembers you and teaches its children and its friends to hate you too.
So what you're saying is Ice is gonna get like, or the party's gonna get like free rock meat delivery to their doorstep.
It's gonna be more like the birds, where they just like swarm us.
I think it's canon though that these birds are relatively unintelligent because of the fight. Like we killed one of its mates, and it was relatively unintelligent about its reaction to that.
It's more like beast. Yeah, it's more beast than sentient.
It was like that was the thing. It was like its intelligence was low in the fight. We found that out. I forget how.
Yeah,
but I remember I was sad about that.
I think Naia tried to talk to them.
Oh yeah, that's true. And they're kind of dumb. That's right.
Well, maybe he grows up to become a wizard and gets like massive intelligence boosts, and he lives at that tower. And if we go there, we'll get attacked by birds.
Yeah, I can make it that you get attacked by a bird.
I can't wait to have I can't wait to have a guest player play a rock wizard.
That'd be amazing.
Wait, what is a rock wizard?
A rock that has become a wizard.
So is a rock a playable character?
No, but it can be. Anything can be a thing.
Do you
if
know
I
who
say
you're
it
speaking
is.
to? It's the only god that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, after everything we've been through, I would not be surprised.
We deserve it. We are the baddies. We are the baddies.
Really
I just can't get over like how Republican we are in D&D.
I'm not Republican. I'm libertarian. Okay.
That's the most Republican thing you could say.
I know.
Bleck is not a Republican. He's just extremely greedy.
You're Bezos. You're Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Basically.
When he was a young bird, he's like, I'm going to grow up to be a dragon, and just started collecting things for his hoard.
He ended up in space.
His greed transcends politics.
Are we ever going to have a space episode? Because that would be perfect. I'll prepare Bleck's return speech. I'd like to thank everybody who helped. Everyone who gave me money. You did this for me.
Well, if you keep hating on Celestials, there's eventually going to be a time that you end up fighting them on their own turf.
Yeah,
Bleck,
there's like other planes and worlds and stuff we can go explore too. If you ever wanted to, I know a guy, he can hook us up.
Bleck specifically learned Celestial the language just so he could insult Celestials in their native tongue. He hates Celestials. So he hates them.
But
They're-
why? But why Black?
There's reasons. There's a
No,
reason.
know thy enemy. It's not an uncommon thing. We do this in the military.
No, I just meant why does he hate them?
Because they had to do with they have something to do with his family and his backstory. So,
That'll be a fun conversation someday.
yeah.
Oh, I forgot to say also, at the beginning of next term, everyone except for IceRose will have 8 HP for next game. Because IceRose wasn't there when I woke up.
So is that the... You have to be there when you wake up, not sleeping with you?
No, it's not
I'm
sleeping
so
with me. It's
wrong.
just there when I wake up. Here,
Gotcha.
I can actually share the where is it?
Yeah, I want to say, like, in that case, like, Ice would never, like, rarely ever get it just because of her trance versus your long rest.
Yeah, as long as like you're around me, like when I wake up, whenever I finish a short or a long rest, I can grant out the temporary hit points. But since you weren't around, then I couldn't really give them to you.
Ooh, I want to make Dan, like, rule, like, what the range of this is.
It says I have to be able to see them at the end of my rest.
What is your range of sight?
Given my perception rolls that I've been doing, not very far.
Okay. So I'd have to still be on watch.
Yeah, you just have to be in the general vicinity. I
Yeah.
mean, like, she can throw an Eldritch Blast 600 feet. I would say that's fair range.
600 feet. That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, but also like, yeah, because it's also at the end of the rest and like time is wibbly. So like, you know, at the end of us like all taking our watches and getting like camp picked back up or whatever, like any point during that time, like as long as you're in my sight. But you were like an hour away, so it wouldn't have worked that time. And Mara doesn't actually say anything about it. It's just like when you're traveling with Mara, you just like feel like more rested.
You wake up feeling extra
At ease with
rested,
the world.
extra ready to take on all the bullshit that the DM's about to throw at you.
The only god that matters.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, that cat.
Yeah, I feel so bad.
Oh god.
And for anyone who hasn't worked with us, I do keep googly eyes in my desk at work.
I remember you telling me that. You never sent me any pictures though, like I asked you.
Well, I wasn't in the office until like 2 weeks ago.
But this is way before. This is when you told me like you had a drawer full of googly eyes. I'm like, send me a picture of everything that you've used them on.
Oh, I typically don't use them on things myself. People come to me and pitch their ideas, and then I give them the googly eyes to execute their vision.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I used them for some things before. I remember.
Yeah, there's the I just noticed today or yesterday there's still like a little push cart that has 2 googly eyes on it.
I love that push cart.
Yeah, that's when I put them on. Yeah. Then I put them on the globe at one point too.
Yeah,
I drew those on a post-it note. Yeah, on the push cart. You're right. That's what it was. I'm gonna hop off as well.
All right, have a great night. I'm gonna
Good
probably
night.
hop off as well.
Yep.
See y'all next week.
See ya.
See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bye.